Splat time, folks!
Yes, welcome to Splatalot, the magical, mythical kingdom where 10 brave young warriors go head-to-head with those deplorable defenders as they compete to capture the much-treasured Splatalot crown.
This was my mother's idea!
Can the attackers overthrow the defenders in their magisterial quest to reign supreme? Or will the defenders repel them with their arsenal of slime-based weaponry?
So who will tumble, who will tilt, who will teeter, and who will go splat? Hello, I'm Dick, he's Dom.
And this is Splatalot. But what is Splatalot? Is it a place? Is it an idea? Is it a message to the world telling us to overcome our fears, to confront every challenge that life throws at us, and to follow our dreams? Or is it 3 rounds of splatty fun? That's it. Stop overthinking everything. Now shut up. P.S. We need more milk. Right, let's have a look at those 3 rounds of splatty fun then, shall we?
In round 1, all 10 attackers are challenged to cross the merciless moat. The 6th fastest will then attempt to ditch the dungeon, but only the top 4 will reach the final, where the Splatalot crown awaits.
Ah, very well put.
Thank you. So much better than 3 rounds of splatty fun, don't you think? Here's the first round in more detail. The moat challenge gets off to a flying start as the Splatterport hurls the attackers into the moat.
Splatty fun.
Then they climb the slippery slope and cross the rolling mace.
More splatty fun.
Then it's down the incline, over the battle axes, across the bridge of disaster, onto the debilitating disc and past the finish line.
Even more.
Splatty fun. Yes, I think we get the picture.
It's just that sometimes you think too much. Splatalot isn't an idea. It's a rolled up in a with a hint of exactly. And then there's this lot. They're enough to make you. Yes, it's the defenders. They have one task: to stop the attackers at all cost. And in round 1, that task goes to Vane, the bolus archer with an appetite, Thorn, the thoughtless thug with a silly haircut, and Fatal, the venomous Viking.
Who ordered the pancakes?
Actually, I think I did.
Out on the course, Thorn's ready with the slime stick, Fatal has the aqualizer, and Vane's with the splatzuka.
So let's meet our first attacker, Kyra.
Defenders, catch me if you can.
I'm sure they'll try.
Wow! All-star athlete Kyra is really off to a flying start.
Ah, you mean like this?
No, I don't mean like that. You've turned her into Batgirl.
You know, when I run track, Kyra, I just knock the hurdles over. It's way easier.
Blubber houses! Blubber houses!
On your mark, get set, roll!
Oh, and Kyra comes a cropper.
Well, to be honest, I think it was a false start, and she pays for it with a trip to the moat.
Kyra at the incline, she makes a small step and chipping Sudbury.
Yes, that was a small step too far for Kyra. She loses her footing and goes from Batgirl to Splatgirl.
I almost made it to the Olympics for competitive napping. I missed my competitive napping thing because I slept through it. I was training.
I feel like a nap after that.
He's also sending Kyra to sleep.
Well, at least you had a nice comfy waterbed to fall onto.
Here's a wake-up call from Fatal.
All that running, Kyra, may be time for a water break.
Kyra decides to run away, but the sprinter soon becomes a splatter.
She looks like she's a professional at track and splat.
I prefer your line.
Thank you, dear.
Kyra leaps, and she just about makes her landing.
Did you see that?
And Kyra finishes with a time of 6:11.
My name is Mr. Gorbachev, and tear down this castle.
Mr. Gorbachev is obsessed with his hair, and his real name's Tristin.
Yo, Tristin, how do you like my hair, dude?
Funzy!
Wow, where did that lot come from? Tristin couldn't move for paintballs.
Tristan tiptoes across the maze, but he falls into the moat.
So our tongue-twisting top tip of the day is don't tiptoe, Tristin, or you'll slip and trip.
At the axes now, Boghead!
Well, Tristin might want to check his hair after that splat.
I think he's going for the wet look.
Ooh!
Now what we're doing right now is a light rinse just to make sure we get all the slime out.
Fatal tries to give Tristan a complete makeover.
But Tristin prefers a hair-raising splat in the moat instead.
That's a great time, though.
Looking good, Tristin. Now some hair gel. What do you think, Fatal?
He looks great.
I didn't know there was water involved.
I hope Mandy's teasing us. Boola!
I really like environmentally conscious girls. That's awesome. Here's some green balls.
Vane shouldn't joke about the environment.
To be fair, he wasn't very funny.
Oh, a rainbow. Is that good luck?
Seemingly not.
Well, there's no gold at the end of that one for Mandy. Just moat water.
See that rope ladder you're climbing right there? All organic.
Yes, but what's the impossible incline made from?
Ichikawa!
Ichikawa!
Well, strictly speaking, 75% Ichikawa, 25% polyester.
It looks like she's trying to save the dolphins.
Yes, but who's going to save Mandy? 947 might not be good enough.
Here's Marco.
Remember the Alamo!
The famous battle in Texas in 1836.
Nice one.
I heard that you're Frexican. Is that French and Mexican?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yes, but he's also half slippy, half slidey, and 100% splatty.
The perfect ingredients. Just add water.
I'm not sure you'd want to include the contents of the moat in any recipe.
This guy's all filling but no taco.
But Marco's found the recipe for success with the fastest time so far.
That extra toppings for free.
Just kidding.
Is she just acting?
Apparently, she can sing, dance, and act.
Well, now she can act too.
Hey, Bianca, I heard you're pretty talented. You know, Vane's pretty talented, too. Figaro, Figaro, Splatalot.
Thank you, Vane. Please leave your name in the waste paper bin on your way out.
Mormeo.
And the crowd goes wild.
But what does Bianca make of it all? Capuchon!
Yes, well, I think that can only be described as the very opposite of a standing ovation.
Bianca, Bianca, wherefore art thou, Bianca?
Great, everybody's getting in on the act now.
Can Bianca stay focused? She's slipping, and Suji Halwa!
Well, it's hard to concentrate when you're being upstaged by inferior talent. Believe me, darling, I should know.
Oi!
But in the end, she puts in a fine performance.
Brava, Bianca, brava!
So at the halfway stage, here's... What's up with you?
Nothing.
Good. Here's the leaderboard. Marco leads, followed by Tristin, Bianca, Kyra, and Mandy, who's in the danger zone. Now we have 5 more attackers to come, and 6 in total going through to round 2. So whoever's in the lead at the halfway point is automatically safe. And that's Marco with a time of...
You called me inferior talent.
Oi, come... How unprofessional, huh? Well, if the next 5 attackers can provide as much drama as Mr. Grumpy Numbles, we'll be in for an Oscar-winning round. Hey, where are you? Come on, look, it's just a little joke. Please... Oh, forget it. Right, so 5 more attackers are about to attempt the... moat challenge. They know the times they have to beat, but the first half included some fast rounds, so what are you doing?
Oh, me and my inferior talents are upstaging you, because apparently that's all they're good for.
OK, so maybe I was a little bit harsh. OK, just this once, I'll forgive you.
Oh, thank you, dear.
It's all right. Here's a reminder of the leaderboard. Marco leads, followed by Tristin, Bianca, Kyra, and Mandy.
The over-friendly Fatale, the vacant Vane, and the prickly thorn are ready, so let's meet Jacob.
I like cheese. Woo!
Well, if he's like that with cheese, this course will send him crackers.
Actually, I think it's just going to send him into the Motorlot.
At the mace now.
Poodle!
Oh, dude! Headshot!
I'm sorry, but I can't condone Vane's celebratory manner there. The attackers aren't just pieces of meat.
So, would you call that splat rare, medium, or well done?
You're not helping.
You've got to be kidding me.
Ah, now here's a clever way to avoid being splattered on the incline.
Yes, but he may have forgotten this is against the clock. Oh dear, he's still doing it at the bridge.
Give him a chance. I really think this could work, because you get round this course much more quickly if you don't fall in.
Like that, you mean?
Ah, so with 12-13, Jacob's approach didn't quite work.
Princess of the castle!
But you need to be queen.
Are you ever in the mood for just a plain male sandwich?
It's all you ever think about, food.
Yes, totally. I could 100% admit to that. What's your name? I don't know. Turkey sandwich. Sounds like that.
It's sword.
Oh, Thorn. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I love how the defenders always come up with such stimulating topics of conversation.
Princess Natasha doesn't seem to agree. She prefers the company of the wonton.
And courtesy of the majestical mace, Her Royal Highness reaches new depths.
To splat or not to splat? That, Natasha, is the question.
Who do you think you are? William Spratspear?
More tragic nonsense from the defenders, but that time of 5:40 is far from tragic.
One small step for man, one giant splat for mankind.
How fitting as we launch Iarin into orbit.
And here she is, re-entering the Earth's stratosphere.
Iarin, what's the origin of Iarin? Is it pirate or what? Yarr!
Once again, I cannot condone Vane's ignorant oafishness.
Well, it's pretty much the only thing he's good at.
Looks like Iarin's pretty good at moat landings.
Well, she did promise us one small splat for man.
Yes, but will she be able to deliver that giant splat for mankind? Jam Thuns! Yes, she can.
Houston, we have blast off. Our intrepid Iarin is sent rocketing once more into the dark side of the moat.
And Iarin's voyage into outer splats finishes in 5:52.
For the splat!
Apparently Jordan is the master of sarcasm.
Of course he is.
Hey, maybe you're the master.
Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Thorn, I have a bone to pick with you.
Yes, my dear.
You need to stop mixing your laundry in with mine.
How embarrassing.
They're not mine!
Yes, they are. This is the 3rd time this week.
Well, after that brief interlude, here's Jordan off the bridge and into the diggle.
How will he deal with the debilitating disc? That's how.
Yes, but he doesn't fall in, and that will save him some valuable time.
Not a problem for Jordan, as that is the second fastest round today.
Let's go him anyway.
Here's our final attacker, Robbie.
This is my mother's idea.
Brilliant battle cry.
Robert, don't worry about what the other attackers say. You're my son, and I love you.
Why is Vane being so cruel to the attackers today?
It's his job.
Well, crossing the mace was too tough a job for Robbie.
To be fair, most of the attackers have struggled on it.
Yeah, the mace is on a roll today.
Oh, please.
My Robert's gonna be a competitive diver.
You suck.
Oh, he's so dramatic.
Now, will Robbie pay for that back chat?
Swing!
Oh, right in the keys there.
See? Never talk back to your mum.
But Vane isn't his mum, is he?
Chuckery!
Well, back chat needs to thwack Splat. Robbie's just about to make his move on the axe, and the water burst completely takes him by surprise. Top splatting.
On the disc now, not for long.
So you splatted, so you didn't do so well. Who cares, Robbie?
And despite all that mothering, Robbie's through.
That's my Robert.
Let's check out the leaderboard.
Our 6 fastest attackers are Marco, Jordan, Tristin, Bianca, Robbie, and Natasha.
And what's their reward for such an achievement? All the choc chip ice cream they can eat? Staying up late on a school night? Wearing the same socks for a month?
No, not exactly. They'll be splattered heavily while sliding continually into the murky depths of the castle dungeon.
Right, so no choc chip then.
So before we head for round 2, what have you made of the defenders' performances so far?
Well, performance is the word. We had Vane trying to sing opera and Fatale acting all Shakespearean.
Yeah, in their own sweet way, of course.
Figaro, Figaro, Splatalot, Splatalot.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I so totally hate being kept waiting.
But soft bro, what light snack from yonder window breaks, dude? Is like a triple burger with cheese and Juliet is the mayo.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, dudes, let's crank up the action.
And remind ourselves who's going through to round 2. We have Bianca, Marco, Tristin, Robbie, Jordan, and Natasha. And they're about to ditch the dungeon. So let's see what that means in more detail. You know, you can take that off now. Okay, so the attackers begin by escaping from the stock market, crossing the slippery splat walk, and climbing the loathsome ladder.
At the very top, they will find 4 flags. If they can claim one, then they're through to the final.
Of course, the defenders will be slowing them down at all times with their slime machines. But which defenders, I hear you ask?
Did I? Sorry, did I really? I was miles away.
I wish you were. Here's the bad guys. First up, it's the cunning cavalier comedian, Kookaburra.
He has a funny line for every occasion.
Unlike our next defender, Scab, who, shall we say, is a man of few words.
And finally, Medivh, who for once is giving us the silent treatment.
Scab rule 211.
When?
You fly.
You!
Not.
Look down on the ground.
Well, the funny guy really delivered there. So the attackers are down in the dungeon. Bianca's in red and blue, Marco's in orange, Robbie's in yellow and green, Natasha's in pink, Jordan's in green, and Tristan's in yellow.
The defenders are also in position, so I think it's time to get this round underway. And they're off. They slip out of the stocks and head for the gate. Over the gate's putting up some resistance.
Just needed the right touch from Bianca.
Not now, I'm disinfecting the course. Give me 5 minutes, okay?
It's reassuring, though, you think, that Kookaburra is so hygienic.
But his idea of a spotless course is one with no attackers on it. And then you wouldn't have spectacular pile-ups like that.
Yes, it started with Tristin and expanded into a quadruple splat.
Marco, follow.
True! So Marco and Scab have now been formally introduced. In Scab's world, that's the same as a handshake.
Pardon? What was that?
No men?
I said
No men. No men. None of you men can come up here, it's just women.
Is that what she meant?
Who knows?
That's discriminatory.
Right, back to the game, perhaps.
Clatter!
Natasha slimed by Scab this time. Progress is slow for the attackers.
Oh, and Coop dislodges Tristan.
Yes, he loses his balance and bumps into an unlucky Jordan on his way down.
Scab rule number 443. When life gives you lemons, throw them at people.
What lemon, Scab?
This is a lemon.
I'm not going to argue with him.
Oh, it's another direct Scab splat. You know, sometimes it's hard to work out who's attacking and who's defending.
Well, just so we're clear, the ones going uphill are the attackers.
Okay, but what if they're going downhill? What do we call them then?
We could call them a taxi.
Look at them just taking each other out.
Yes, a little slip leads to a bigger slide, then a massive collide and a pile of hurt pride.
We'll need another taxi if you keep that poetry up.
Kashiwa!
Tristan once again takes the main splat, but he takes out 4 others with him.
Plus, Bianca ends up with Marco's foot in her face.
Medivh splats Marco, and the winner of the Moat Challenge slides the full length of the splat walk.
Everyone, stop being mean.
No mean.
Kook still doesn't get Medivh.
Nor do I.
To you, Kyra! Robbie slides all the way back down.
I wonder what his mum would think of that.
Oh, he's so dramatic.
Double play!
Scab releases the bubonic paws and Robbie is once more on the receiving end. Melonhead!
Well, they used to say if you got the plague, then you went downhill fast. Oh, hang on. What's Tristin up to? He's holding on to Marco. Is that allowed?
Scab takes aim and splats him. He slips, then slides into Bianca and then Natasha. So hanging on to Marco didn't exactly pay off.
In fact, Marco could turn out to be the winner. But Scab fends him off and, well, you know the rest.
Yes, but I never tire of seeing it. Each splat is as unique as a newborn snowflake.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Not you. Look, Scab's disappeared and there's no one to stop Tristin.
Pull him down! Pull him down!
Too late, Thorn. Tristin and Marco have both made it over. Tristin wins by a small margin, but they're both in the final.
Meanwhile, the other attackers are slipping, sliding and struggling.
Tristin and Marco can celebrate, but who will be joining them? 2 flags still remain.
Natasha makes a move, but Robbie is sprinting. Look at him go. He's now level with her.
But he slips, and that allows Natasha to finish in 3rd place.
1 place remains, and Robbie and Bianca are both grappling for it.
Oh, they both slipped, and down they go all the way back to the moat.
And that leaves the door well and truly open for Jordan, who claims the final place.
But as one door opens, another one shuts, this time on Robbie and Bianca.
Hey, Medivh. Great defending. Know what I mean?
Things are still a little lost in translation between Kook and Medivh.
But the winning smiles on these guys' faces are easy to interpret.
Yes, our triumphant finalists who will soon be competing for the Splatalot crown are Natasha, Tristin, Marco and Jordan.
What a great round that was.
Yeah, the attackers did well, but the defenders, they were all over the place. Scab disappeared at the end. And what about all that nonsense with Medivh and Kookaburra? I can't understand them.
I mean, to be fair, there are lots of things that you can't understand.
True.
Here's what's coming up. Yes, all any of us need to understand is that our 4 finalists are about to get the splatting of their lives in their quest to rule the kingdom.
Splat, stat, attack.
Yes, please. But can I do it?
Tell you what, we'll share it.
All right.
Natasha only just qualified in the moat challenge, but improved slightly in round 2. Conversely, Jordan started well with a 2nd place in round 1, but finished last in Ditch the Dungeon. Tristin has performed well so far with a 3rd and 1st position. But Marco is the tournament favourite, winning the moat challenge and coming a very close 2nd in round 2.
It's funny, it just doesn't sound anything like me when I've got it on.
Sounded fine to me. Here's a reminder of today's finalists.
Our tournament favourite,
Our princess who would be queen,
he's here for the splats.
and Mr. Gorbachev, otherwise known as Marco, Natasha, Jordan and Tristin.
And here's Trouble, otherwise known as the Dastardly Defenders.
All 6 of them are on duty in the Splatalot final.
Which looks like this. We start with a trip through the Diamaya.
Then a leap across the terrifying Tees, which leads to the scary go-round, but beware the wrecking ball we call the Splacken.
Attackers must land on the gruesome twosome and get past the clobbering cannons.
It's then a walk down the royal ramps and a leap onto the rock wall.
And at the top is the prize, that all-important Splatalot crown.
The attackers are ready and raring to go.
Scab and Fatal are on slime duty, Thorn has the vaporizer, Kook's on Aqualizer, and Medivh and Vane are on a break by the look of it.
And they're off, so Marco's in orange, Jordan's in green, Natasha's in pink, Tristin's in yellow, and everybody's in the mire.
Jordan is first to clear the barrier. Marco's not too far behind, though.
But what's this? Jordan has stopped to help the others over, allowing Marco to take the lead.
He's first at the terrifying Tees.
Hi, Marco.
Marco decides to take measured and steady steps. But Bargy!
Measured and steady soon becomes unmeasurably splatty.
Look at this! The attackers are showing the defenders how to get along.
Easy, Scab.
That's harsh. How do you hit a girl?
A girl? Fatal isn't a girl.
Uh-oh.
Fatal is a lady.
Thank you.
Well saved, Scab. Jordan at the tees, over 1, over 2, over and out.
If we look at this again, we can see that Jordan falls in the moat.
Amazing commentary. How do you do it?
It just comes naturally, like falling off a log. Or in the nice and gentle approach.
Oh, strata prete!
Nothing slow and steady about that, Splat. There she was, minding her own business, and before she could say power shower, she was taking a bath in the moat.
A bath in the moat? Believe me, she won't come out cleaner.
And I can't explain it. But there's something about the way you splat tonight.
Thorn, sometimes you just take my breath away.
Can Tristan do the same by crossing the T's? Yes, he can, even with just one shoe.
Marco lands safely on the scary go-round and manages to avoid the splacken.
Why is it called a splacken?
Because it's a cross between a splat and a chicken.
That makes no sense.
Tristan also makes his landing. He and Marco are opening up a bit of a lead now.
Don't rule out Natasha, she's crossed the T's.
Can you feel the splats tonight?
Thorn using the lyrics of Elton John to confuse and bewilder the attackers, and it's working.
Yeah, maybe Marco's not a fan of Sir Elton, or more likely he can't stand Thorn's delivery. Either way, he can't get to grips with the gruesome twosome.
Tristan's at the annihilating arm and holds on tight.
Natasha's on the scary go-round, but she needs to act fast because here comes the splacken.
She manages to avoid it easily. Tristan, however, doesn't avoid a splat in the yakisoba.
And Natasha takes over where Tristan left off.
Back to Jordan at the tees. He leaps and slips, but oh, can he save himself? No.
And just like Tristan, Jordan is trying to finish the course with only one shoe.
No easy feat.
Marco at the clobbering cannons. Have they clobbered him? Yes? No?
Natasha's still on the arm, but here comes Tristan. This could be awkward. It is! Tristan bumbles and tumbles.
Well, he started at the bottom and worked his way down.
Has any of this affected Natasha? Yes, it has. She joins Tristan in the moat.
Ah, puddle!
Don't give Vane too much credit. He was standing right next to poor old Marco.
Jordan's catching up with the others now.
Hey, Frexican! One flapping you on your back, champ.
Oh, beluga!
Well, tournament favourite Marco might well be leading by example, but he's certainly splatting by example too.
Jordan's over the arm, but he's overbalanced too, and down he goes.
Hey, let me wash that guacamole off.
Now, can Marco make it onto the royal rats this time? Yes, he can. He's getting closer to the prize. Can the other attackers catch him up?
Well, Tristan's nearest, but he's all the way back at the arm. He has another go. He's got a good grip, but he'll need it.
Yes, Scab and Fatal are slamming him at close range.
Back to Marco. He leaps and lands on the rock wall.
What's Tristan's response to that? Ah, he goes for a splat in the moat. Perhaps not the best response.
But what is it with him and Natasha? Once again, they end up in exactly the wrong place at precisely the wrong time.
Back to Marco.
Someone stop him!
You can hear the desperation in Cook's voice. He knows it might be too late. Marco is so close to finishing now.
Slow down, dude!
I will slap you upside your head!
Well, they can scream and shout all they like, but the defenders have lost. Marco has beaten the competition and conquered the course, making him the new king of Splatalot.
Fantastic.
Marco is a very happy chappy, but the defenders look deflated.
They should learn from the other attackers. Such good sports.
Let go of me! Let go of me, Fatal!
You can't take down the Frexican.
Yes, Gab, there's a new boss in town, and his name is Marco.
His Royal Splatners King Marco Splatalot, to give him his full title.
Sorry, his Splatners.
What a worthy winner he was, although I have to say the defenders were, once again, the architects of their own downfall.
But we like a good downfall, especially if it's a downfall into the moat.
As we shall now demonstrate with our Splat of the Day.
And that honour goes to Natasha on the terrifying tees. With this breathtaking, thirst-quenching, water-blasting, body-drenching, moat-churner of a splat.
Say that again 3 times quickly.
OK, that again 3 times quickly.
Moving on, it's time to discuss King Marco's journey to the crown.
In the first 2 rounds, he established himself as the favourite.
And in the final, he fulfilled his potential to the max.
You can't take down the Frexican.
So pray silence, please, for our new ruler, King Marco.
First act of King of Splatalot is to have one of you thrown into the moat. I wish it was all of you, but today it's gonna be Vane!
Well, it really could have been any one of them today.
Maybe it was his bad mum impressions, or his bad opera singing, or his bad food stories, or his bad...
Yeah, you're right. Good choice, your royal splatness, King Marco of Splatalot. Well, it's been another top-quality splat extravaganza.
Yes, we're off to re-slime these splat-zookers, so we'll leave you with the Splatapult ceremony.
Take it away, Vane!
Whoa! That's all for now, Splat fans, so until next time, keep splatting!